You're live.
Oh, we're live on YouTube, and guess where we are? You'll never guess. Or maybe you will. We are at the 1928 Jewelry Factory this afternoon, and this is our last few moments here. We're about ready to get on a plane and come waving home to you. But I don't think my YouTube friends have gotten to see the castings files on here. I know the ones on Facebook have, but not everybody's on Facebook. So I thought it might be fun to just show you where all those wonderful 1928 castings come from. There's an archive here, and it starts far behind me, and it goes all the way down there, which you can't see, but it's far. Anyway, in
It is pretty.
short, there are over 35,000 antique mills. And Mr. Bernie and his very skilled team of casting people can make any of just about some of them they have to do with gold, but most of them just they make you just about anything. Now, they do have high memories, so it may not be for everybody, but this is where the BC by 1928 line came from. I went through all these files.
Junior 1120, Junior 1120.
Day by day, looking for just the right things for that line. And I think I did find them, although there are a lot more really good things that I could add too. And maybe I will at some point in time, but I just thought maybe you'd kind of like to see the process of how I selected those pieces. So, Javi, can you move up here and we'll show them? So a few pieces on this board that you guys know.
Can't hear very well, somebody said.
I'm sorry, Sydney. It's Cindy. Yeah, it's hard in here because we're during the course of business hours, and they listen to music and they're talking back and forth. So there's a lot of ambient noise. I'll do my best. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me better. Yes, Lori's here. Yeah, all those delicious boards. Here, I'm going to show you something maybe you recognize. Do you see these here along here? This is the Forget-Me-Not heart from BC 1928, right here. That's the model for it. Let's see if there's anything, because I didn't put my glasses on, I'm going to see if there's anything else out here that we might recognize. I see things that I've had this one before, right here, down at the bottom, this heart. They usually will take and make a casting like 10 different ways. You know, it might be made this way, it might be made that way, just so many varieties. They might shrink it, they might enlarge it. So as I've gone through here, I've often noted that there might be 10, 12 castings that would go however you want. He cuts them up, he puts them together and makes a new mold. I mean, all that kind of stuff. It's great. Let's move forward a little bit and see if we can find a few more things together. And Javi's our camera girl for us today.
Hi, guys.
She's just like at home. She's a camera girl. She came with me this time.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys remember this one. I don't know. There's a little butterfly in here. They make this piece like so many different ways. We have a little tiny one in the line. It's not exactly like this. I think this one has hanging holes on the top, which is clever. That's a good idea. See if I can find anything else you guys will recognize. You might recognize some of these pieces as vintage jewelry you've seen because a lot of them were made from broken jewelry and so forth. A lot of mounts here.
Yes.
A lot of
That's what I was thinking.
Here's a magnifying glass right down here. This would have been probably part of a dresser set because it's kind of big to be wearing that. But there's here's a magnifier down here. It would be something that would have been on a necklace. That one. So see it? That would have been on a necklace. Sorry about my toes. And we've been in the factory for the last, we came Tuesday afternoon. So this has been a short trip. So we've been in the factory a lot the last few days. This is really the first I've gotten to look at the castings though, because we're getting ready to go home, and we came to do stuff for the book. We got a lot of pictures and stuff for the book. Maybe I'll put a few of them on Facebook group later, so you can see some pictures that will be in the book. That would be nice. Anyway, there's a lot of hearts, there's a lot of mouths, a lot of butterflies. So maybe just flip through them kind of fast so you don't get bored. There are a lot of big
Oh,
girl
look at
pieces
that.
here.
Those are
there's
humongous.
a Dumbo. They did a lot of work for Disney at one point. I think sometimes they still do a little bit because Disney isn't far from here. In fact, at one time, it's not that way quite now, but at one time, Disney and 1928 Jewelry Company were the biggest employers in Burbank. So it's a pretty big company. Now, let's see, we'll go a little bit further and see what we can see. This is what I had to do. I had to go board by board and look at every piece. And I didn't do it just once either. I've done it completely, beginning to end, I think 4 times now. So, and I could do it over and over again, and there would always be things that I'd missed. But these are all made of pewter. And they're the model. And that they take and they put into the vulcanized rubber, and they put it under high pressure, and they cast the mold. And then they take the models out, put them away, and then they pour molten pewter into the mold, and then it makes the pieces that we like to use, all of us. So it's not a hideously complicated process. It's not horribly complicated, not hideously complicated. Not terribly
They made
complicated.
picture frames, I'm guessing,
Yes,
too.
they did. Look at these.
They're so big. That's awesome.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of big stuff. But it is a very skilled process. There aren't tons and tons of steps, but the steps that there are very intricate, and you have to do them just right. Or what you'll be doing is cutting the pieces out of the mold and throwing them right back in the melting pot and doing it again. But you can't do that because you don't have to refine pewter. Anyway, there's a lot of really neat stuff. I'm just looking to see if I find things here that you might recognize.
Oh, look, a kitty cat.
Which kitty? Oh yeah, that's cute. That wouldn't have been a brooch, I don't think. It's too fat. Some
Yeah,
of these
that's what I was
pieces
thinking.
are really thick. So that's just to me, they were probably on decorator items. They made mirrors, and they made sewing scissors and little holsters, and they made, Javi took lots of pictures of trinket boxes.
Yes,
Yeah, so
trinket
they're
boxes.
beautiful ones.
They're beautiful ones.
Yeah. So, they just have all kinds of stuff. Think of 1928, you think so much of, these are cute. Look at this guy. Isn't that cute? You think in 1928, you think of jewelry, but they actually made lots of other things. Like, for example,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye. This piece right here, this was for a magnifying glass pendant. But originally, this piece, I recognize it because I've seen the original. In fact, I think I own it. Was made out of brass stampings that were soldered together. They cut and soldered together. But then, when they started to cast in the late 70s, then they translated a lot of those things that had been brass stampings into molds, and then went from there. So
Hey, there's one of yours. The big heart
yeah,
one.
this one, we've had this one. I think there's still a few at the site yet. This heart's really cool because it's two-sided, and yet it's hollow in the middle. That's very highly skilled work. Not everybody can do that, but they can here. They're very, very highly skilled. There's almost nobody better. So here's a few more pieces we'll share with you, and then we're going to have to get back to our work back out front. But
Yeah, look at all this stuff.
You want to talk on there?
Look at all these stampings, guys.
Ooh. That's it.
Oh, look at that bird. That's interesting.
We're almost done.
There's a lot of mounts.
Yeah.
Hi,
Mr.
ladies.
Bernie had to know something, so I had to turn around and talk to him. I'm gonna have to take off, guys, pretty soon because we have a short day here today, and he's got some things he wants me to do, so I'm gonna have to take off. But anyway, it was so nice to talk with you again today, and to just remind you that I am here. It's been kind of quiet around our place because we haven't heard from some of you this week. That's okay if it's not your week to shop, but you need to remember a couple of things. Our Etsy store right now this week, and today is August 23rd, is 20% off a $40 order. You get free shipping at $35, so hey, that's a deal, and it's loaded. Also, our website is uber loaded. And if you put in a bulk order of 125 or more, and you put in the My25 coupon, MY2525, you get 25% off. You get free shipping, and you'll also get a little gift. And there are some other good deals too. So if you're in the Facebook group, if you go to the Facebook group, the post that's pinned to the top of our feed there has the current newsletter in it, the newsletter link. So you can click on that and get all the codes, because there are a lot of nice codes for smaller orders too. So you can always save, you can always get something good at Bisou Boutiques. That's the way we made it, because we want you to be happy and we want you to get excited about creating. Again, I'm excited about creating because I've been here and I've been around all this incredible stuff already. So I want you to get excited again, because I'm coming home to you. I'm going to be on here live Sunday afternoon, just like I always am. There's not going to be a break. I'm not bringing home a ton of stuff this time, not like usual. I've been mostly here doing business for you. But I wanted to check in with you this week before I left, so you could have this experience with me of being in the factory, which is my favorite place, and that you could enjoy it with me too. So maybe you do a little shopping with us this weekend, and if not, I'll see you on Sunday. How's that?
Yeah.
You guys have a great day. Bye.
Bye.